When you spoke to Thomas Tuchel after the game, what did you see in the man? Did you learn more about him?
I didn't speak to Thomas after the game.
What did he say with the handshake? Obviously, we all, did a handshake at the end of the game. I mean, did he say anything to you then?
Well, I think if you watched it, Pete, it was literally about 2 seconds. So we can probably both speak fast, but not that fast to have a conversation. He congratulated, well done, and it's obviously he's an experienced coach. He's a fantastic coach, but we didn't have a lot of time.
So, do we expect a worldie goal to have to celebrate the two teams, or do you think you'll both be tactically very different on Tuesday?
No, I think it'll be tactically the same. Two teams, super organised. It's going to be a tight game. I think that that was the beauty of it. It's okay. Maybe neutrals are looking for 5-4 for an FA Cup final, but two teams pressing, organised, not so many chances in the game, and then eventually a moment of quality from our from Yuri, and a moment of quality from Casper allows us to win the cup. So if it's the same tomorrow night, then I'll be really pleased.
Obviously, we all saw what a great relationship you've got with your owner. It's been much talked about over the weekend, but to fight in the Champions League next season and the Premier League, it's going to take big investment. So that really tests your relationship, won't it? Have you spoken about it?
No, I won't test it at all. We've got a great relationship with the ownership, with the board. We're optimistic as always, but we're realistic of where we're at, Pete. So I won't test it. We had a European campaign this year. This will be our 52nd game, I think. Either way, we'll look to improve next year. So, as I said, we're not a club that will go and spend 60, 70 million pound on players. So I can tell you that now, on one player. But we'll always look to improve the squad. So there's no testing of a relationship, but the relationship is very strong. There's a lot of respect within it, and I know the club will always maximise that investment into talent in order for us to improve.
Last one from me. Are you expecting all-out revenge from Chelsea?
No, I expect them to be what they are. They're a top-class team. It's a club that's used to winning. I've been there for 4 odd years. But also when you are a club that wants to win, that sometimes you'll fall short as well, and then it's how you respond. So the top-class team, they're in the Champions League final for a reason, because they get an incredible squad of players. So for us, it was a huge result for us, and to win the trophy. And now we'll go into the next game with the same idea. I know we'll have to work really, really hard, be equally as aggressive, and see if we can make our opportunities count.
Okay, James from TalkSport, please.
Brendan, congratulations on Saturday. There were some quite incredible scenes on the pitch at full time. There were some brilliant celebrations. But if you could pinpoint one moment which you particularly enjoyed, what was that? What was your favourite moment about the day on Saturday?
I think seeing the players obviously clearly happy, the supporters. But I think the focus, and rightly so, will go to Quintop. What his family have done for this club, and where they've elevated the club to, and given the club the opportunity to be there. And for everything that he's been through in the last couple of years, the dignity that he had shown after the passing of his father, what he's had to then take on within the King Power organisation, not just in the football side, but an empire that goes beyond football. To see him come and be with the players, to enjoy that moment, thinking of his father, and that was a really, really special, emotional time, and I think everyone's seen that on the TV or who was at the game, and that we can give him that happiness after so much sadness for him. It was a special feeling.
There were a number of messages on the dressing room wall which you were able to see in the build-up to the game. Can you give us some insight into those sort of rules, values that you have at this club, and how important have they been in the success, not only on Saturday, but since you've been here at this club?
Yeah, well, we obviously wanted to make the changing room our own and make it feel like home. Our technical team here at the club done an amazing job in terms of putting all our messages and all the symbols that we wanted to make it feel that way. So it was a real team effort. Obviously, we were able to highlight what we would want in there, and then with their design and the design team, what they come up with, it was absolutely brilliant, and it made the players feel like they were at home, and that's always important when you go to playing big games, especially in another stadium.
In terms of the game on Tuesday, what do you see as being the biggest challenge in terms of preparing your players? Is it more emotional or is it physical, considering the tight turnaround in matches?
Yeah, I think it's both. As I said, but we've enjoyed the moment on Saturday. It was, and rightly so, it was an incredible achievement. I hope the supporters and everyone else that can celebrate, probably waking up, we saw heads still this morning, and voices a wee bit hoarse. But for us, we have a job to do. We've got work to be done. So there's a physical turnaround. Of course, we would have liked and preferred the game to at least been on the Wednesday. That would have given us a bit more time, especially playing on a Sunday. But it is what it is. We have to deal with it. We play on Tuesday, but physically and mentally, we'll be ready to give our very, very best, and let's see where it takes us.
And just finally for me, Brendan, you've won both matches against Chelsea now this season. How much of a psychological boost do you think that it gives you heading into such a big game tomorrow night?
Of course, it gives you confidence. You know, you're playing against a world-class squad, so to be able to go and perform and get, the wins is important. But it's a new game, it's a new challenge, and we'll be motivated for that.
Thanks, Brendan. Good luck.
Thanks, James. Thank you.
Okay, Ian Stringer from Radio Leicester, please.
Hi, good morning, Brendan. Morning still. Morning, Brendan.
Morning.
My voice is one of those that's hoarse. Congratulations again. I hope to one day be asking the Leicester City manager this question. Can I ask about the geography of the FA Cup? Who woke up with it on Sunday morning?
Top.
Did he really?
Yes. Yeah, he was able to take it away and spend the night with it. And I'm not sure when it will return, but it will return at some stage.
What a wonderful sentiment. And actually the sentiment of all the players, your embrace with Top, you've already spoken about it. But, in this day and age, Brendan, with owners, and there's often lots of mud thrown at owners, but when your captain wanted to give the trophy to come top and they all gathered round him, that's a moment that a lot of clubs and fans of other clubs have said since that they're envious of, that they're jealous of, that their owners don't have that desire. Where does that come from Kuntop? I know him pretty well myself, but he's been here a long, long time. But since you've gotten to know him, where do you think that's come from?
It's just a natural and a genuine care for people. The family, my time here, they want, they're givers. They want to give. They obviously a very successful family that's done incredibly well financially, but they want to share that joy and that happiness and that feeling with other people, and everyone here at the stadium recognises that, and obviously throughout the city, the support that they've given the football club, but what they've given local hospitals, various other charities, and just, as I said, just that real kindness that they show, and how genuine that is, and the players feel that, because everything that the ambitions of the club and how the club has progressed is down to them because of their ambition, and then what they give to support that ambition, and of course players and their careers, that they benefit from that. And so yeah, there's that. There's just they're really decent people, and they care, and they get that back because the players give everything for them.
So say all of us. I know you had a training session yesterday, which Casper told us about and you told us about, but where did you go on Sunday to celebrate? A little walk, or with the family, the day after the FA Cup final win? What did you do, Brendan?
Yeah, nothing much. I'd obviously a bit tired, got to bed late. I'd obviously watched some of the game back when I got home and whatnot. But no, just time we at home, and just taking it all in. It was just an amazing feeling to waking up having, like I say, given something to a football club that hadn't felt it before, and just getting a sense of what it meant to the people of Leicester, the supporters, and just seeing the overall emotion from around the country. I think it was great to see the fans back in. You know, it probably will be known as the fans' final, getting them back in after this last year in the pandemic, and just all the emotion around that. So it was a quiet one, just speaking to my family, you know, across the world, and my kids and that as well, and spending time at home. So and obviously then with a mind now on our work for today and getting ready for Tuesday.
Understand that, and I'm sure our friends at BT's coverage was wonderful, but I hope you watched the BBC coverage, and I hope you saw Lineker crying. Well done. You made one of Leicester's favourite sons. You brought him to tears.
Yeah, no, it's special, obviously, for Gary, you know, a boy from the city playing for here. I know his sons are Leicester daft as well, and obviously everyone knows throughout the years what Leicester means to him. And of course, an emotional time, because there were so many people that weren't at Wembley. You know, Gary mentioned it with his father being to the other finals. So yeah, it was great for him, as it was for every other Leicester City supporter. And no, I'm happy that they can really have that good feeling.
Have you checked in on the Birch? Is he all right?
I haven't as of yet. No, I'm sure he will be. I had a message. We exchanged messages and that. So no, it's great. These guys are a huge part of the history and the story of here, and they ever helped us to arrive into the moment on Saturday.
Couple of brief ones, Brendan, if you wouldn't mind. Wes Morgan mentioned on Saturday and suggested it's probably going to be his last season. He said to the Leicester Mercury, I think there's not too many more miles left on the clock. I know there's no official announcement, so we won't discuss that. But what about a contribution for Wes Morgan? In the FA Cup final, he shared lifting the trophy. Whether this is his last season or not, Brendan, what a servant, and a word on his professionalism to come on in the FA Cup final and do the job that he did.
Yeah, well, he's been out a lot over this last couple of months, and you know, the body it gets to at some point in your career where it just starts to break down. But he's been a real warrior and a colossal player for this club, and I just felt, especially in the last week, he's a guy that I can rely on putting onto a game. Or into a game, of course, it's difficult for him now to play a full 90 minutes, but we just spoke as a staff. I'd spoken to Wes as well yesterday, on the morning of the game, just to say, look, listen, we might need you to do a job for us, especially if Giroud comes into the game and we're winning the game. Could you come on for that period? And he said, listen, I'll be ready. So that was good enough for me. We were able to put him on the bench, and lo and behold, he came on, won a couple of important headers. Thankfully, the own goal didn't count. But yeah, a great, player for this club, and a big contribution.
Finally, Brendan, from me, could this help recruitment in the summer? You've spoken about not having, 50, 60, 70 million pounds on a new striker, but could winning the FA Cup help you in the summer, or attract other players, bring in new talent, do you think?
I think success always aids in the recruitment of players. I don't think it's not the be all and end all, but I think that Leicester as a club hopefully is an attractive club. We see that we're making progress, and if players want to develop and improve and join a club that will be looked after, then of course I think Leicester is a real good destination for them. So, but yeah, I think when you win a cup final against such a big opponent, then of course that can let players see that they want a piece of that, and hopefully that can be the case in the summer.
Okay, one from Steve Plant, please.
Hi, Brendan. Yeah, just a quick one from me. We'll be celebrating big time in our programme today, of course. We'll be down at the King Power later. We'll be talking to fans who, of course, will be celebrating this for a lot longer than you can. Do you actually wish you had a bit longer, you and the players, to relish this moment without having to go straight back into the next game?
Yeah, it would be nice, of course, but we're also professional as well, Steve. So we have to, as much as we would want to, we've got we're into our last week of what has been a really long, tough season, but such an exciting season for us. As I said, we've played so many games this season, such a condensed period, and we've got another week to go before there'll be a bit of a rest, and then we've got a bit of time to relax and enjoy. But in this moment in time, we have to be super focused and look to get physically and mentally right for this last week.